Stags boss Jimmy Borthler's 5-0 home defeat here against Dagenham Redbridge. Jim, what's your initial thoughts after this game?
My initial thoughts are you've not said that to me very often, if ever. So sometimes you have to take your medicine. Sometimes you have to be a big boy about it and take it on the chin. Make no excuses, although there are loads. And just say, you've been well beat today. I don't believe the performance warranted that. I believe that they had about 6 shots maybe in the first half and scored 4 of them, which is what they're supposed to do. This is what forwards are supposed to do. But I thought we played really, really well in the first half. We created, after 8 minutes before their first shot, their first real attempt that ended in a goal, we'd had 4. We manufactured 4 really, really good chances and couldn't take any of those chances. And then maybe 4.5, maybe there's a little half chance in there as well. And then you're 1-0 down after an 8-minute spell at the beginning of the game. I thought we were electric, I thought we were great. And then our heads didn't drop. We played good football after they scored, created more chances. Didn't go in the net. Didn't do enough. Didn't do enough to claw one back. Their keepers made some outstanding saves. Fair play to him. First game in on loan. It was. You're in there at half time, 4-0 down, and you don't know how, other than some outstanding finishing against let's get it right, against someone who is probably about 6 levels above this. And that's great. Like, his attitude was fantastic. You can only respect the man, and we haven't dealt with it. We haven't dealt with it very well. So, we've done that to teams over the last 3 years. We've just gone on a roll, and everything that falls to us goes in. And I think you just got to take it on the chin, be a big boy about it, and make no excuses, and accept it. Our team is hurting. There's probably 4 players that started today that are carrying injuries that probably shouldn't start games of football, but they are. So they're committed and they're willing to play hurt and be hurt for this club. I think that deserves a bit of respect. That obviously affects performance. We've had players over the last 2 or 3 weeks doing that, playing hurt. And it takes its toll. And we are just having our patch. I just spoke to their manager there. They had this same patch, 5 or 6 weeks ago, where they just had the guts ripped out of their team through injuries and people with niggles, and you're asking people to play at sort of 60%, and you don't get away with it. So there's reasons, but I'm not standing here like a big baby. I'm not making any excuses. I'm disappointed. Still think we should have done better. Still think that people should have done better, but I'm not going to name anyone or dig anyone out. I'm the manager. It's my result. I don't think we did a lot wrong, and we've ended up getting a pasting, and you just have to accept it and take it on the chin. We got a small squad, and when we've got, what do we have? 7 injured today, 8 maybe, 7.5 injured, and then Ralphie couldn't play against his old team, and Tanner suspended. That's 9 players out of a 19-man squad. So, like I say, there's reasons, but no excuses. We're disappointed with that.
Just coming on to the 2 new loan signings who featured in today's game, how do you think they performed?
Yeah, I thought they performed okay. Yeah, I think they were a bit shell shocked. I told them they were coming into a top side, which we are. Let's take it all with a pinch of salt. You can't enjoy the good times and not have those kind of nights every now and again. Like I said, it's rare. But no, the 2 young lads look lively. They're gonna help us massively. Felt a bit sorry for him, to be honest, because it was was an unlike us performance. To be quite honest, in the way of how open we were, and how easy I thought the goals were for them to score. So no, really pleased with the two new signings on loan, and I'm sure they'll help us massively in the next few games.
So Jimmy, it's been a sort of a tough November. What have you got to say to the fans? Or is it just to stick by us?
Has it been a tough November? Has it? You know, we've had an amazing day out at Macclesfield. We give everything we got against a club that's way beyond our means. We had a right go, scored great goals in the first half, and just fell short in the second half. In a great FA Cup run. We lost against Ebbsfleet, who were a full-time outfit. You know, 14 of their squad have been pros. You know, we had a man sent off after 20 minutes. We didn't give up. We didn't lay down and die. We had a go. Yeah, we got beat at Worthing, and it wasn't great, but you're playing on a unique plastic pitch against another full-time club who are flying. And then you go Folkestone and win away in a real tough trophy match to give them another trophy match against the National League side. Has it been a tough month as part of being a supporter of a football club? You can't have the good times. You can't be in the bar at the end of last season and the season before that and the season before that, and then have a tough month because we've been beat against bigger, better clubs. No, I don't think it has been a tough month. I expect us to all be in it together. You know, we drag the fans through sometimes when it's cold and miserable and horrible and hard, and they drag us through when we're having a real tough spell, where we've got sort of 8 out of a squad of 19 injured players. And these lads are going out on the pitch injured to play for this club and these fans. So no, I don't think it has been a tough month. That's what it is. That's what it's called, supporter. You're a supporter. And so, yeah, no, like, they're brilliant and they're with us. But that's what it's about. It's about being with each other as a group of players and a group of fans through thick and thin, whatever happens. You know, so tough month. I think short memories. You know, I think short memories. Yeah, it's been 3.5 years of just unbelievable times at this football club. So think back 5 or 6 years ago when it won, you know, bankruptcies and all sorts of stuff. Playing in the National League. This is a brutal league. Can't be off. You'll be on every single minute of every game. And you can't have 8 of your first team starting players injured because you don't win. It's tough. And when times are tough, you expect us all to come together and sing and encourage and get behind people. So if it's been a tough month, then, you know, this is a tough league. So support, and we'll try our best to play, and we won't ever lay down and die like we didn't today, even in tough circumstances. So message to the fans, help. I think we've earned it. I think we've given them so much to be happy about and proud of over the last 3.5 years to help us when we are down and struggling, and players out there, and they wouldn't know who the players were who were injured. That's a testament to the players, how brave they are and how much personality they've got, that they're out there playing, hurt, shouldn't be playing, but we haven't got a big enough squad. So just help when people are down. Sing just as much as when we're winning. That's what supporters, I believe, should do. You just sing louder when your team's losing. No, that's it, and that's not a criticism. That's just me being me. I'm a football supporter too, of a football club who's had a tough few years, and whenever I've got the opportunity to go, my team's losing, I'm singing louder than I sing when we're winning. So that's what I've got to say. A bit of a rant, but I didn't want it to come across as a rant because our fans have been fantastic. Travel, come around, utmost respect for them, as I'm sure they have for me, or I hope they have for me. And it's tough at the moment, but tough is when people turn up, in my opinion.
And the games keep coming thick and fast. On Tuesday night, we travelled to Hampshire and Richmond Borough. Obviously, like you said, we were a depleted squad. Probably a Tuesday night game straight after a Saturday probably isn't the best thing, is it?
I don't know. I think it probably is. You got to go there and you got to play angry. They've had a similar result today, so it'll be which group of players can can pick himself up and show the most personality and character, and that's what I fully expect. You know, it's very hard. It's very hard for me to sort of be in these situations, because I'd have loved these situations. I'd have loved, you know, doubters and backs to the wall and everything against you. That's in your element, you know. But that's just me. So it will be a game of character on Tuesday night, without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks.